Yo, shalom, shalom. Sorry about the delay. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Pray everybody's doing okay. Today, going into Psalm chapter 56, continuing to give the breakdown and understanding of the book of Psalms through the eyes of the Most High God of Israel. Let me go ahead and give shout out to who's in. Sarah, I see you in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Grace and peace be with you. It's almost afternoon, but like I said, hopefully all is good. Shalom to the 12 and everybody else that joins in later. Hey, peace be with you. All right, so let's go ahead before we dive on into it. Let's get let's get Mark chapter 14, verse 3. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. And being in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came a woman having an alabaster box of ointment, spikenard, very precious, and she brake the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence and had been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work upon me. For you have the poor always with you, but me you have not always. For in that she poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel should be preached in the whole world, there shall also this woman have done be spoken of for a memorial of her. So whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel that's spoken to the 12 tribes scattered all over the globe, the gospel that's given to his people, the people that he told to keep those commandments, the people that he said, I love y'all and I want y'all to have a great way to live. Whenever we bring out this gospel that's talking about those commandments, that is telling us to keep them forever to the day we die, we're always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, Jesus the Christ. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. And let's go from there. Let's go Psalm chapter 56, verse 1. Psalm chapter 56, verse 1. Oh, shit, I went to the wrong spot. All right, Psalm chapter 56, verse 1. Be merciful unto me, O God, for man would swallow me up. He fighting daily oppresseth me. So first thing he's saying is, Lord, be merciful to me. Be patient with me. Give me grace. I struggle, but Lord, give me time. You know what I'm saying? And then he starts talking about also be merciful to me, because also at the same time, the ones that are against me, my enemies and your enemies, are always trying to treat me unfairly. Verse 2. My enemies would daily swallow me up, for they be many that fight against me, O thou most high. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. So he says, again, be merciful to me. And he says, the enemies, all those people that are contrary to me, that are contrary to your way, the way of the Lord, that are contrary to those who love you and actually do exactly what you say. He says, it's way more of them than it is of me. You know what I'm saying? It's only a remnant that will be saved. So if it's only a remnant that'll be saved, it's only a remnant that are righteous, a righteous remnant. That righteous remnant are surrounded by the wicked. They're surrounded by their enemies who would have overran them. They would overcome them. And that's what's trying to happen. They're trying to overcome the righteous. They're trying to get the righteous to fall away from the commandments. And that's why so much evil is pushed out here. That's why the righteous that do make it out of all of this, out of all this turmoil, all this trash, out of all of the 1 Corinthians 11:19, where he says that there'll be many heresies among you, that the righteous will be manifested. Out of all those heresies, if you still hold on to him and keep these commandments, going against the grain, not assimilating and following that wide road of society that is completely against the Lord, then you have earned your spot in the kingdom. And he says, hey, Lord, be merciful, be patient with me. Understand it's a tough battle out here. And then he says, what time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. So he's like, hey, when am I going to be scared? You know what? I'm going to trust in what you got, God, because I know what you've done. I've seen your work, and I know you're going to do your work again, as Jeremiah 23 says. Let's read on Psalm 56:4. In God, I will praise his word. In God, I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. You see, when you know you don't fear what flesh can do to you, you have the wisdom of the Lord. You have the wisdom of Jesus the Christ. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and show them, prove that. Let's go to Luke chapter 12. I think is what I want. I think it's Luke 12. Let me see if that's what I want. No, not 12. Let me see. Let's go down. It might be Matthew, but I'm gonna find it. It's one of my favorite verses. It's a outstanding verse because it kind of lets us know how we have to think, how we have to carry ourselves. And if we carry ourselves in a manner of Christ, then we will be fine. Matter of fact, let's just do it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and Bear with me, Israel. Let me see. I'm just gonna, yeah. Let's go ahead. All right, Matthew 10:28. I was, yeah. Where's the one in Luke? It's one in Luke. That's all right. I'll find it later. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both body and soul in hell. So that is telling you straight up who you need to be subject to, who you need to be following, who you need to be listening, whose anger you need to be worried about, whose fury you need to be terrified of. Let your mind, let your understanding, let your spirit be trembling at the word of the Most High God, at the understanding of what God would do when he carries out his word. You better be afraid of him. Don't be afraid of a man. Yeah, a man can do something to you, but they can't do nothing to your spirit. They cannot affect your soul in the next life. So you don't want to worry about them because they don't have the power. He's literally telling you the one with the power is the one that has the ability to put your soul in eternal torture or to give your soul eternal peace, eternal bliss. That's what you need to be worried about. Let's go back to it. Psalm 56:4. In God I will praise his word. In God I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. See, he's saying flesh. That flesh is the same as me. That flesh can accomplish exactly what I can accomplish, but God can do way more than I can. With God, nothing is impossible. We must understand it. Verse 5. Every day they wrest my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. When he says they wrest my words, they're twisting what I say. They're confused. They're trying to trip me up in my words. They're trying to say that say that I meant something that I didn't mean. They're trying to twist up what I'm saying. They're trying to get everybody to be against me, confuse the truth. And that's what a lot of people do. Most people do it with the word of God, the Bible. They wrest the scriptures. When you wrest it, you pervert it into something and it's really not. They do that if they do that to Christ, they do that to God, the most powerful being on the planet. You think they won't do it to you? Absolutely. They're going to wrest your words. Why? Because their thoughts are evil. You know what I'm saying? Their thoughts against you are evil. They're plotting against you. Psalm 56:6. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps when they wait for my soul. You see, lying in wait. When you're lying in wait, guess what you're doing? You are intentionally trying to hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what they're saying. True or false? Flames of fire turns a beautiful blue when it's at its hottest point. Um, I guess. I mean, they said the blue part of flames are hottest, so I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I happen to have on blue today, but anyways, yeah, blue. They say it's the hottest one. I am not a science expert. I'm a Bible scholar. I stick. You know what I'm saying? I know what I got here. So, anyways, let me continue on. Psalm 56:7. Shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger, cast down the people, O God. So he says, shall they escape by iniquity? Meaning, is their sin? Are they going to escape this coming destruction? Are they going to escape this present wicked world? Nah, they won't. You cannot get out of God's wrath by doing evil. If you are doing evil, God's going to find you. You are not going to escape. What's that song? Bad boys, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You can't. And the other saying, can't escape the long arm of the law. You cannot escape the long arm of the Most High God of Israel. It's impossible. What's going on, brother Decarius? Grace and peace be with you. Hey, see, Decarius said, I can't escape the long arm of the lesson. I got to get up in here. I'm drawn on in, and I got to come and hear ye the word of the Most High God of Israel. All praise. Psalm 56:7 by 8. Thou tellest my wanderings. Put thou my tears into thy bottle. Are they not in thy book? He says that when he says thou tellest my wanderings, he's saying you see where I'm going from place to place. I'm wandering in the wilderness. I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm lost like a child, a pup. I'm trying to find my way. And while I'm trying to find my way, I'm crying. He says, put my tears in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? I got so many tears, it can fill up a bottle. Lord, you see what's going on. You see my struggle. You see my pain. And you see all the work I'm doing. You see all the trials and tribulations I've went through. You're watching all of it. He said, ain't they in your book? Haven't you marked them down? Verse 9. When I cry unto thee, then shall mine enemies turn back. This I know, for God is for me. So he says, when I'm yelling out to you, he says, hey, when I say, Lord, help me, he says the enemies run away. Why? Because they know if God shows up, they are screwed, royally screwed. It's kind of like, I wish Thor was black, but it's kind of like when if anybody's seen Avengers, when all the little monsters was running inside Wakanda, and then Thor, all the lightning came and Thor dropped down, and Hulk was like, y'all are screwed now. You know what I'm saying? He came in and just changed the game. Same thing. We cry out to God. God's going to show up and he going to completely flip the complexion of the battle. Turn the tide. That's what I want. Turn the tide of the battle. That's what'll happen. So let's read on Psalm 56 and 9 again. When I cry unto thee, then shall my enemies turn back. This I know, for God is for me. Why do they know? They know God is for you because they know you had faith in him. You believe in him. You believe in him so much you obeyed him. And they understand. They understand that anybody's going to listen to their ruler, that, hey, their ruler is going to be for them. They're going to fight for them. Verse 10, in God will I praise his word. In the word will I praise his word. I'm sorry, in the Lord. I'm sorry, let me read that again. In God will I praise his word. In the Lord will I praise his word. So again, it's when talking about you praising it, what you're doing, you're appreciating it. You are, what's the word? You're pumping it up. You are exalting his word. You're saying his word is the greatest, is the best. That's what you're doing when you're praising his word. You are again, you're singing his. When I say sing his praises, you are giving compliments to it because you know how great his word is. Psalm 56 and 11. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. You see, he reiterates what verse 4 said. I will not be afraid of what flesh can do. I will not be afraid of what man can do, because I know the power lies in the Lord. Verse 12. Thy vows are upon me, O God. I will render praises unto thee. He says, your vows are upon me. Again, the agreements. You know what I'm saying? Lord, you made an agreement that you are going to be here for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for all eternity. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be on our side. You're fighting for us. You made a promise that we are going to dwell in the land and we'll possess the gates of all of our enemies, meaning we'll be in charge of all of their cities, all of their dwelling places. We going to be running the planet. You said that. And you know what? Your vows are upon me, and I will render praise unto you. Again, I will thank you for that. Verse 13, for thou hast delivered my soul from death. Wilt not thou deliver my feet from falling, that I may walk before the God in the light of the living? So we'll first see that and we'll think he delivered us from death. We think about him actually saving our lives, like from us actually dying physically. No, he's talking about thou deliver my soul from death. What is he talking about? Deliver my spirit from sin, from this sinful nature we have. You helped me fight it off. You gave me the blueprint. You gave me the direction. You gave me the steps. You gave me the rules to make it. You know what I'm saying? He says, and thou will not, and he says, will not thou deliver my feet from falling? What's falling? Falling back into sin, backsliding, you know what I'm saying? Getting off track. You're going to keep us off track. And he says, I may walk before God in the light of the living of those in the commandments. See, the ones that are dead, the congregation that are dead, those that have no laws, no commandments, they're living in sin. That's the darkness of the dead. But the light of the living, that is us. That's the Israelites. Those Israelites that accept their heritage, follow their culture, keep these commandments to the day they die. That is walking in the light of the living. So make sure we walk in the light of the living so the Lord can deliver us. And then we'll actually get to walk in the light of the heavenly kingdom for all eternity. All right, this is Psalms chapter 56. I pray everybody gain some understanding, glean something from this lesson. Love y'all, Israel. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel.